Good morning, internet world. It's cold, it's nasty. It's been raining nonstop pretty much for like the last week. Today's a break in the weather, and it's supposed to start raining again tomorrow. So it is nasty outside, and we're in the garage. Obviously, you can see it. Um, Tough getting motivated, probably because the weather's crap. Uh, you know, Gray, nasty, ick weather just doesn't make people motivated to do much other than sit on their butts. So you got to get out and move. You can see by all the steam, garage is not hot, it's not warm, everything's cold. Anyway, enough of me bitching. What you here for? So we're going to start doing radio in the Volvo today. I got the Volvo repositioned a little bit so I can get the driver's door open nice. Hood's popped. Batteries loosened. Trunk's popped. Let's go over see what we got here. All right. I just had this door open. I don't know why I closed it. So we have this fine piece of Volvo radio right here, and it works. It actually works really well. There's I don't know. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, radio stations are kind of crap out here, but it functions. Due to the radio stations being what they were, I wanted a radio in here that like I could just plug a thumb drive into and play music. I don't really do the whole Bluetooth thing a whole lot. Do a little bit, but personal preference. But so new radio has Bluetooth, has thumb drive, has auxiliary. Previous owner at some point put this Pioneer CD pack in. It's a 6-disc CD changer. This is the Volvo Focus CR915 radio, and I do still have all the codes for it. I actually have the whole manual book and everything on this car, which is really nice. So this is going to come out. Radio's going to come out. Let's see, we got to get back here. Got to take the actual disc changer unit out. Hopefully it's not all a giant cluster in the wires. This looks like it was a very reasonable installation. It doesn't look like it was a hack job or anything. I don't think I'm going to pull all the wires just all the way through the body. Like, I don't know how well they did it. I'm assuming it's under the carpet. I don't know. I'm just not going to mess with it before I knock this light over. Stay there. What do we have? What we have to go in is the highest of quality off of the Amazon's Boss audio system. Yeah, this is absolute crap. But oddly enough, when I bought it, I've had it for a few years. I've been putting off this job, this project, whatever. When I bought it, it comes strangely well recommended on like the reviews and the YouTube channels and things like that. I really don't know. Maybe it's shills, maybe it's paid reviews. We'll find out. At the price point that this was, well worth the risk. I think it was $20, $25. So well worth taking the risk on, especially since it's not the style I would like, but there really wasn't anything that was jumping out at me either. They were all basically this, like, since 1995 looking thing. I didn't want the screen that popped out. I didn't want any of that stuff. I did happen to find a video. Okay. I did happen to find a video the other day on a guy putting a radio in. I think it was a 740, might have been a 940. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I want to say it was a 740. I've been practicing this, as I'm probably going to get the name wrong, but Vehicularius. Going with that. I'll put a link in the description. The video was pretty cool. I liked it. He used a Continental VDO unit. I looked them up. They're like $150, which I don't think is horrible. But if this one doesn't work out, that's the one I'm going to switch over to, because it is very... I think in the description when I looked up the radio he was using, it actually is listed as being a Euro style radio, but it's black. It has that tannish yellow screen front on it. It's buttons with a very small screen. It actually looks... it looks like it's from the same family of radios that the radio in this car is. Doesn't look like the radio in the car as far as like, it doesn't have all the knobs and dials and things like that. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have a tape deck in it. But general styling, it's that matte black, satin black, white buttons, that yellowy tan screen, the black VCD. I think that's what those are, VCD. It's been a long time since I looked it up, but you get the idea. I'll leave a link to his video, and I'll probably leave a link to that radio, because I just thought it, pretty cool radio. The fact that it blends in and looks right. Let's see what else we got here. Hold on, I'm flipping the camera back around. I know I'm not very good at that, but I don't think anybody really wants to see me. I don't know. I'm learning. I don't know what I'm doing. So we've got wiring harness adapters. We've got faceplate installation kit adapter thingy doober. Downloaded a couple of sets of directions off the forums. Yes, I printed these out, hard copies. Even though my house, I'm going to point to a window. You ain't seeing jack out that window. Even though my house isn't very far away, the Wi-Fi signal really doesn't even reach into the garage. I need some signal extenders set up and a few other things, but not a priority. Not super worried about it. I have a printer. I could have downloaded them to my phone, I guess, but I don't know. I've been wearing glasses since I was a teenager. I'm trying not to kill my eyeballs, but so bad. So that's where we're at. I think today's progress, if I can get man, I am flipping this camera around all crazy-fied. It's wild. Okay, so for today's progress, I think if I can get the trim pulled, maybe the OEM radio out, see what I can do about getting the CD changer thing out. I don't want it. I don't need it. I used it twice on some short distance road trips. It just isn't. I don't know. I guess I remember when having that 6-disc CD changer in the back of your car was like cool, man. You were up there in your radio front. It also was about the same time period. I think it was Panasonic, Pioneer, JVC. Somebody put out that weird single din digital front face that had like the dolphins and the waves crashing that everybody needed. This is sign language. Dolphins and waves. Just imagine my hand. My hand is a porpoise floating through the ocean. So we're probably going with like 97 to 2000 range. It's just not. I mean, I still got some CDs, but I ain't breaking them out of the storage boxes for anything. It's all on, I can throw it all on a thumb drive the size of my thumbnail. It ain't a big deal. So anyway, enough rambling, enough babbling. Let's see what I can do. I don't know about camera angles on some of this. I don't think anybody, like, when I get into the trunk, take that apart, I don't think anybody wants to see my butt in the air. I'm going to look like a cartoon character getting eaten by a treasure chest or something, If you guys play RPGs, you'll get that. The trunk will turn into a mimic and eat me. Yeah, that's where we're at. It's cold. It's terrible. Let's make cold and terrible less cold. Well, not less cold, but let's make it less terrible. Okay, so here we are. Born to be kings. Yep. Got this out. Fought with it. It's got spring tabs on the side, spring tabs on the top. I'm sure there's an absolute better way of doing it than I did. I got a couple of picks, a small screwdriver, a long flat blade screwdriver, and just kind of wedged everything in place. I seem to remember back in the day when radio tools were a thing, there was a Volvo tool. I don't know if it went with this or not. I'm not going to pretend. This looks like it's the power antenna box. We've got some wires. These run to the CD. These are the CD out. They've got some, they go up and back to the, they go up and back to the radio. It's that yellow and red one. This here is a power wire I added for something. So I have to remember to put it back. And let's see what happens. Oh, of course. What do we got now? I don't know. I can't see. Looks like that thing. And that thing. Yeah, okay. So two of those things. Yeah. Volvo, you did an excellent job. Anti-theft. Yes, anti-replacement as well. All right. Ooh, look at all that wiring. That looks yumtastic. Okay. So, back to the drawing board. Let's see what we got here. Alright, radio's completely out, and I don't know, I might have been a bit too hasty to say that this was a good install. These wires go back to the CD player, and they're pretty tight. So I'm just going to tuck them in under here. That'll be a future problem. The two connections. So this red and yellow wire set, they come back here and they tie into the main radio harness. The red one's actually pretty secure. Nice crimp and heat shrink connectors. Had a bunch of electric tape wrapped around it, but honestly, they're in good. The yellow wire came over here to this one, which also has a nice little crimp. Actually, these are crimp sink solder connections, and they just never heated them up, so the solder would go. But this guy just pulled right on out, and so did the yellow wire. It just pulled right on out because it wasn't crimped in worth a crap, and they didn't heat shrink it and melt the solder like they were supposed to. Which I guess is a good thing. I don't know. I'm not super happy about it. This is going to be more work for me. I think what I'm going to do is on this red wire, I'm going to leave it as a pigtail. I'm going to cut it like over here. I'm going to put a bell cap on it. This one, they cut it really close. Let's see. They cut it really, really close in there. And I just don't know what I'm going to do. I guess, I don't know what I want to do right now with it. Ideally, I would take and D-pin this and then redo the connection. But I seriously doubt that in my stockpile I have the right pins to go back in here. This just isn't. I was kind of hoping that this would just pull off, but they did actually heat shrink this side to it now that I'm looking at it. I don't know why this side wasn't, why they didn't do this side with the junk, but yeah, okay. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I was a little excited. You can see when they, ugh, okay, yeah, I'm not going to be able to just cut that. That is, that's terrible. They melted through everything. Oh, okay. I gotta, at least there's a little bit more on that orange wire that I can, I might be able to get a splice. I might be able to get like a butt connector on there or something. Dang it. Okay, I gotta back up, regroup, see what I'm gonna fix. Alright, CD changer's out. I tucked all the extra wires up behind, yeah, it focused on my finger. Good job. Up behind this section of the gray backing panel there. He can't, I don't think it comes through on the camera very well, but it does have a pretty hefty bulge. They had a lot of extra wire up here. They actually tucked it up in under the deck panel there. But that part's good. Still got to fix the wires up under the dash. And then I got to start tearing the dash apart, figuring out how I'm going to get the how I'm going to get all this wiring harness and adapter and everything working together and talking to one another. So I guess that's going to be where we move on from here. But just want to show everybody this is what it looks like now. Okay, probably abrupt based on how I ended the last segment or section or whatever it was. Showed the trunk area, taking the CD player out, and I was gonna get ready working on inside the dash, but I'm done. It's really cold. I can't feel my toes anymore. I'm backing up and regrouping. So we'll get to this a little bit later. It's at a good stopping point. Everybody get out, have fun, enjoy your day.